Кто-нибудь хочет разговаривать?
Taliesin is dead, I assume. He must be, or you would not have returned. Then it is true. I am free of the crows. They will assume that I am dead along with Taliesin. So long as I do not make my presence known to them, they will not seek me out.
Это хорошо, не так ли?
A very good thing. It is in fact what I had hoped for ever since you decided not to kill me. I suppose it would be possible for me to leave now if I wished. I could go far away, somewhere where the crows would never find me. I think, however, that I could also stay here. I made an oath to help you, after all. And saving the world seems a worthy task to see through to the end, yes?
Ну, я буду рада, если ты останешься.
Then stay I shall. I am with you until the end. Provided you do not tire of me first. Or I die. Or you die. But there you go. Let us return to the task at hand, then. There is still much to be done, yes?
Говорит, если не умру. Или ты не умрешь. You know?
What is your desire?
What is my desire?
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Хорошо. Что думаешь о Далийцах?
I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book.
Звран, это ужасно.
Is it? It seemed normal enough a tale growing up. No different than the other elven boys in the whorehouse. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
Ты так весело обо всем этом говоришь.
It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you about what happened to the other whorehouse boys who did not fetch a decent price with the crows? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not the product of happy lives of contentment, after all.
Ты нас сравниваешь?
Are we so different, you and I? Buffeted by the winds of fate, brought to this point by both circumstance and excellence.
Ну, может, ты прав.
Oh, you are too kind. My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I never saw them again.
Неужели в твоей жизни совсем не было радости?
Oh, there has been plenty. To tell the truth, it is because I expected nothing more. Still, even I eventually thought that it would be better for me if I ran off to join the famous Dalish when one of their clans drew near Antiva city. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
Почему -5, Зев, ты чё?
What is your desire? All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Тебе нравится быть наемным убийцей?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared, the authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses, even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
Это точно, некоторых да. А тебе приходилось убивать невинных?
Now there's an interesting word, innocent. How many men do you know who can claim to be truly innocent? But if you're talking generalities, such as children and relatives and bystanders and such, never on purpose. But it happens. It's unfortunate, but death comes to us all. If not me, then some wasting disease, or a fall down the stairs, or at the hands of a darkspawn. It's all relative in the end.
Ну, весьма практичный подход.
Death happens, as we like to say, and when I get paid for it, death happens more often. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed, the pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
Ну, не то чтобы мы такое любим, конечно. Но убийства мне не доставляют удовольствия.
It is not pleasure per se, nothing sexual. It is more a sense of satisfaction, a feeling of power. Does that make sense? No matter. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Такого красавца-эльфа могу придумать кое-что еще.
I mean professionally. Or maybe you mean professionally as well. Perhaps you intend to peddle my services to bored Ferelden noblemen. It is an interesting thought, but I've always removed my clothes strictly on an amateur basis. A talented amateur, of course, but an amateur nonetheless. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
Какой ты смешной, я вообще не могу. Ну что ты гавкаешь, пёс? Что ты со Стеном дружишь?
Yes, it is good to have my sword at my side again. I call her Asala, the soul, my soul. She is forged from rare blue steel and has served me faithfully for many years. Yes, you understand what it is like to have a weapon that is part of you. Few others do.
Фига. Интересно. Что случилось? Что такое? Так. С кем бы нам еще потрещать?
Something you need, my dear?
Не. Нет, стой.
What is your wish, Kadan?
Кадан. У меня вопрос.
I am hardly surprised.
А тебе же не кажется странным, как живут ферелденцы?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Your farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Ну да. А кунари никогда не хотят изменить свой жребий.
What does that accomplish? The farmer who buys a shop is never a merchant. He is always a farmer turned merchant. He carries his old life with him as a turtle carries its shell.
Но панцирь ведь делает черепаху сильнее.
Does it? It's also his weakness. If he stumbles and falls over, it pins him on his back. It is better to armor yourself with no more than what you need. One life, one duty.
То есть думаешь, что счастье это не важно?
You can learn to find it in doing your duty, in serving your people. There is no need to search for it. Shall we move on?
А вообще что-нибудь ферелденцев тебе нравится?
There is interesting food here. You have a thing. It doesn't have a word in the Kunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly.
Печеньки?
Yes, we have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied.
Буду иметь в виду.
Shall we move on?
Кажется, ты тоскуешь по дому.
Perhaps. It's strange to be in a crowd and hear a language that is not your own. To see faces that are and aren't like yours. I miss the smells of Saharon. Tea and incense and the sea. Ferelden smells of wet dogs.
Ну нет, собаки так ужасно все-таки не пахнут.
Skunks don't mind the smell of other skunks either. Shall we move on? As you wish.
Минус, ну почему? Почему минус?
What comes, my friend? So, full of questions, are you? Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not.
Ну почему? Так. Кто там у нас еще? Лилиана, Огрен.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Говорят, в Орлее министрели часто бывают шпионами.
Where did you hear this?
Кто-то рассказал давным-давно.
And you believe everything you hear? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
Значит, барды шпионы.
Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
Патроны? Что за патроны?
Nobles mostly. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the Empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
А ты была бардом, да?
I have revealed too much, it seems, but it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
Но почему ты жила в монастыре в Ферелденской деревне?
I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here. Something I can help with?
А ты можешь сделать из меня барда?
I don't think you have the correct aptitude. I could give you some pointers, though. You may be able to pass them on to someone you know. Let's just go over there, away from the others. For safety, yes? I expect there shall be daggers flying about willy-nilly for a time. Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Так, ну ничего, короче, путного больше не говорит.
Just leave me alone, Warden. Seriously.
Почему? Тебя что-то раздражает?
I don't know. I guess we're pretty good friends now, right? I just keep thinking about all that slag with Bronca. How I've turned out. I always said I was this way because she left, but I think maybe she left because of how I am.
Ну, я думаю, она тебя недооценивала.
No, she just estimated me. She knew how I was, and because of that, she left without me. Worked out in my favor, though. I'm here fighting the good fight, not fed to Carradin's traps, or her pet darkspawn. Did you want to talk about something?
Побольше узнать я тебе хочу.
What about?
Мы что-то спрашивали уже.
Alright. All right then.
Ты мой миляшка. Бедняжка, миляшка. Так, ну я, собственно, чё ща? Поколупаюсь в инвентаре, может, что кому еще раздам. Продам, все остальное не нужно. Она просто у меня висит, я его не одеваю. Если что, выкупим обратно, как бы. И, наверное, в оружие вставлю какие-нибудь руны. Потому что надо.
As there is but one world, one life, one death.
Blessed are the...
One God, and He is our Maker. They are sinners who have given their love to false gods.
Good to see you, Warden. Fighting the good fight, eh?
Ну да. На водочку дашь?
I got one. Better than the last. One sovereign.
Ну, наверное, окей.
I thought you might like this one. Sir Nancine has a fancy and expensive sword. Paid for courtesy of her oppressive taxes on her lands. She's going to be at the wonders of Thedas soon, no doubt figuring new ways to kick her peasants where it hurts. This swipe will be tougher. She's got good eyes, and stealing a sword from a scabbard isn't easy. If you can blend in shadows, that might help. Good hunting to you, Warden. You're back, eh? No luck yet, eh? Keep trying.
Хорошие места, куда можно залезть.
I have a big opportunity for you. 4 sovereigns.
Ладно.
Arl Howe uses a warehouse in the market district from time to time. Word is the Arl's been dipping into the city's treasury and discreetly moving silver bars to his estate in Highever. There's a fortune in that warehouse right now, and if you succeed here, Arl Howe gets a big black eye. But guards will be everywhere. Not those half-assed dock guardsmen either.
Эрл Хоу уже все
I'm opposed to killing.
почил.
But these are the Arl's hand-picked hatchet men, and stealth's not really an option. So, good luck. I'm rooting for you.
Окей. Окей, alright. Так, на склад. Какая-то там подруга.
Be careful with that package, you lazy slut. Don't stare at me, Joe. I can have my father send you south to fight Darkspawn, you know.
Так, мне нужна Лилиана. В таком случае.
Be careful with that package, you lazy slut.
Dwarven crafts.
Dwarven
Find dwarven
crafts.
crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find better.
Нужен ключик. Где его возьму?
Dwarven crafts. Find dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find better.
Интересно, интересно. Так, ладно, давайте попробуем на склад сходить.
Something.
Что-то неожиданно.
It's coming. Now better than that. I'll get on it.
Right then.
Stand your guard, Rex! Someone's gonna fall, and it sure won't be me! I'll get on it.
Что-то как-то максимально неожиданно произошло.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my
Perhaps
back?
I could have a try at that.
Давай. Ой. 6 слиточков, ну балдеж.
All right.
Чуть не ушла, блин. Тут вон, ну чё.
Weather is miserable. Ah, a peasant.
Что случилось?
How delightful.
Какой знакомый кашель, боже, бедняжка. Ты больна, я немного разбираюсь в лечении травмы.
You are? I've been meaning to stop by the apothecary. I have this tickle in the back of my throat.
Сделай глубокий вдох, потом выдохни.
For a drably dressed commoner, you seem knowledgeable enough.
Полуночная чума. Надо послушать твои легкие, сними доспехи.
Is that really necessary?
Многие смертельные болезни начинаются с простого кашля.
You're the expert. Could you help me with the straps?
Конечно.
This may take a moment. Bloody straps. There's nothing wrong with me, right?
Завари этот чай, пей по 3 раза каждый день и будешь здорова.
How uncommonly generous. Good day.
Интересно. Как она себя... Постоянно ржут мне в уши. Я просто думаю выполнить эти его несчастные задания, которые только раздражают меня. Чтоб, может, как с этим, с челиком из воронов, может, уже он пропадет, типа просто мне ачивку дадут и все. Раздражает.
Warden, rumours are flying about the break-in at the Nord Noble Tavern, and for some odd reason, no one feels too sorry for that milk cow, Lady Sophie. In regards to our other business, once Sir Nancine realises she's robbed, I bet she'll be furious. That's delicious. Truly well done. You have time for another?
Давай.
I'm glad you asked. It'll cost you 3 sovereigns. We're not stealing from a lass this time. We're stealing from Ban Derby. Master Tilver, the Ban silversmith, has been on holiday for the past couple of weeks, but he's in town for the day. All of his valuable, expensive goods are locked up tight, but he has the key. He's got 2 guards with him, not the cheap kind either. If you can get by them, you should be good. Luck to you, Warden.
Okay.
You're back, eh? No luck yet, eh? Keep trying.
Так, а хорошие места, чтобы обнести?
I'm following up a lead in the Palace District. I know you can't get in now, but you never know. If it all works out, it'll make you a legend.
Ладно. О, здрасте.
Sorry, the alley's occupied.
Я вообще-то познакомилась с Тильвером на вечеринке у Дарби, ты же меня помнишь?
Of course. Glad to see you again.
Сэр Кэрон, как мы здорово повеселились.
Oh, definitely. Ban Derby does throw the best parties. But you see, this isn't an opportune time.
Обнять его... Эти краткие минуты наедине в уборной, какая страсть.
What? I mean, oh, yes. It was lovely. But you really must go. We'll meet up later. Just not now.
Good to see you again.
Чел, ты просто лохушка.
Master Tilver is busy. Sorry.
Я ухожу вообще-то. За руку мне хватает. Собака такая.
You're back, eh? No luck yet, eh? Keep trying. I'm more of a man on a mission type. Chit-chat's boring if you ask me. Right you are.
Такая...
Not it. Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Какой щедрость, мистер Дарби.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts.
Вообще с ума сойти.
You're back, eh? So you've struck again, eh? Ban Derby will be foaming at the mouth. I bet all of those rich louts will be afraid to go out. I'm not sure if I have anything else handy. I'm following up a lead in the Palace District. If it all works...
Так, ну все. Что тут у нас? Вильм Дон, который живет где-то в Донариме. ХД. Не знаю. Таких. Так, сейчас попробуем еще сюда зайти. Что происходит?
When I heard that one of the famous Grey Wardens was pilfering folk, I thought, can't be. But here she is. Looks like the Wardens have fallen hard. Ha! Men, kill her!
Ты кто? Что-то, пацаны, вы кто это?
Coming.
Making a sweat already.
Так, попей-ка. А ты попей... Давайте большую дам. Да, дурная слава впереди меня, блин, бежит. Что делаем? А, ну, нормально пойдет. А, Зевс тут.
Now's better than later.
Ах, божечь мой.
All right.
Заметки мертвых или до смерти напуганных путешественников привели тебя к этой невзрачной двери на доме инициалы ВМ. Ты это не хотел, внутри явно горит свет. Я хочу поговорить как с Канге. Я не уйду. Дверь открывается. Окей.
Grey Warden, isn't it? Strange you would force such a visit in a time of blight. I suppose I am used to inspiring a different kind of seeker.
Ну да, их привлекают твои рассказы, а потом они исчезают.
The adequate ones find the beacons, and then I find them. But you are already brighter than the signal at Ishal. Eyes are on you from a very high vantage, Grey Warden. I cannot hide in your wake, but I will not be a footnote. Witness Gax King!
Что? А кто? Юды!
All right. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Что ты такое? Ёпты.
Let's make this quick.
Is it time to kill something?
Stand still! You asked for it. Down you go.
Alright. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Time for a little bloodletting. I see.
Зева высосана.
I'll get on it. I'm sorry. Am I too quick for you?
Ну, нахрен. Рассекающее лезвие. Все выполнили. Да, просто я смотрю, у меня какая-то фигня висит. А типа 15 порций экстракта животного яда. А у меня? Так у меня... Чего? Ладно, похрен. Так, ну что, собственно. Какие у нас дела, делишки? Что у нас, кстати... Ну, какая-то фигня. Так. Время. А что тут у нас? Это к волонтерам вернуться. Ну и, собственно, да. Ну, в общем, ничего сверхъестественного мы не пропустили. О!
Hello again, friend. It looks as though you're no worse for wear after your stay in Fort Draken.
Какой приятный мужчина. Вы хорошо знали Дункана?
We went through our joining together, more years ago than I like to remember. He was exactly the same back then, tough as stone and just as grizzled. I think he understood sooner than the rest of us how ugly a choice it is to let the few be sacrificed to protect the many. Always left himself a soft spot for his recruits, though. Only where he ever let himself down.
Я надеялась, вы еще что-нибудь расскажете мне о Серых Стражах.
Well, I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but it seems to me that you've picked the important parts up yourself. Be firm in your beliefs, protect people from their own ignorance, and be as loyal as you can to your brothers, even knowing you'll share their deaths.
А сколько всего стражей?
It's tough to say. Only the fortress in Weishaupt has every record. But there are certainly a few dozen or hundreds in every nation in Thedas. The Anderfells are home to over 1,000. It's almost like the Archdemon chose Ferelden deliberately, knowing how unguarded it is.
Ну это, кстати, да, возможно. А вы бывали в крепости Вестхауп?
Once only, and I'd rather not go again. It's far, lass, and very foreign. The wardens there, they fight darkspawn like you and me, but they're shaped by the winters there in the forest. They're a cold group and don't care like they should about the rest of the world. Their king is weak, and many Anders look to the wardens to rule. I hate to say this, but some of them seem to want it that way.
А как был основан орден?
It was near 1,200 years ago, and no one knows for sure, except that it began with a group of Anders soldiers. Apparently, they defected from their king's army, vowing that fighting the Blight was more important, and traveled all the way to Tevinter themselves. They were the first ones to track down the Archdemon Dumat, and the ones to slay him, though none survived the battle. But they had picked up followers by then, and it was they who formally founded the Order and were recognized by Thedas.
А почему между нынешним и предыдущим морами прошло так мало, так много времени, там 400 вроде?
Archdemons don't awaken on their own, you know. It takes the Darkspawn tunneling and tunneling, searching for centuries to find one. And with no one to lead them, it must be sheer chance, or maybe instinct, which leads them. What's surprising isn't that it takes so long between blights. What's surprising is that they succeed at all. But I imagine the old gods call to them. And it's that voice in the darkness which drives them through so many generations. The important thing to remember is, none of that matters. When you're facing Darkspawn, all you need to know is to stop them at all costs.
Ну, это я поняла.
Ah, there you are. I was about to send out a search party. I've been hearing of a great commotion in the alienage. What exactly happened there?
Порадует ли тебя известие, что Логейн продает в рабство эльфов?
Make her forgive me. I should be appalled that such a thing could exist here. But I'm overjoyed you can implicate Loghain. We must end the civil war quickly. What the Blight does not corrupt in this land, politics surely will. The last of our allies have arrived in the city. We cannot delay any longer. I will call for the Landsmeet to convene. Bring Alistair and join me at the palace as soon as you are ready, Warden.
Беру Алистера и
I hope
идем.
Eamon doesn't expect me to give a speech. Make it, he probably does, doesn't he?
Да ладно тебе, Ал, все будет нормально. Какая ты смешная в этой шапуле, я не могу, Мари, ты просто чудо из чудес. А где должна его встретить? Макстивин.
This is a nice estate, isn't it?
Я тебя что-то не
What's on
помню.
your mind?
А, нет.
It is no trouble.
Огран, Лилиан Зеф, Стэн, комната Анора. Так, а где... Чего? Где встретиться-то? В залы собраний. А, ладно. Берем Алла, берем Лилианку. И берем Стэнли, наверное. Почему-то хочется его взять. Не знаю почему.
Yes. Vashadon.
Вот так только. Не знаю почему. Типа на собрании будет здоровенный кунария, я думаю, это нам силы прибавит. Я просто не знаю, кого еще можно так чисто по наитию взять. Самые хорошие, интересные вещи расскажет. Наверное, так пойдем, да.
Warden, I am not surprised it has come to this. And Alistair, if you were even remotely worthy of being called Marik's son, you would already be in the Landsmeet, now wouldn't you? You have torn Ferelden apart to oppose the very man who ensured you were born into freedom. But do not think you will get past me to desecrate the Landsmeet itself. The nobles of Ferelden will confirm my lord as regent, and we can finally put this to rest once you are gone.
Так неужели ты прям не видишь, во что превратился Логейн?
I have had so many doubts of late. Loghain is a great man, but his hatred of Orlais has driven him to madness. He has done terrible things. I know it. But I owe him everything. I cannot betray him. Do not ask me to.
Ну тогда мне его остановить. Сама знаешь, по-другому нельзя.
I never thought duty would taste so bitter. Stop him, Warden. Stop him from betraying everything he once loved. Please, show mercy.
Without Loghain, there would be no Ferelden to defend.
Нет, я не думаю, что он заслужил какого-то прощения, какого-то милосердия. Ой.
My lords and ladies of the Landsmeet, Tyrn Loghain would have us give up our freedoms, our traditions, out of fear. He placed us on this path, yet we should place our destiny in his hands? Must we sacrifice everything good about our nation to save it?
A fine performance, Aemon. But no one here is taken in by it. You would attempt to put a puppet on the throne, and every soul here knows it. The better question is who will pull the strings. Ah! Here we have the puppeteer. Tell us, Warden, how will the Orlesians take our nation from us? Will they deign to send their troops, or simply issue their commands through this would-be prince? What do they offer you? How much is the price of Ferelden honor now?
Это ты мне скажи. Начнем с того, что не я предала Ферелден, а ты.
Some of us are curious, Loghain, about precisely what happened at Ostagar.
So, one of Kaelin's killers would dare speak of betrayal. You led our king to his death with your grandiose tales of griffins flying into battle.
Но ты продавал граждан Ферелдена в рабство, чтобы добывать денег на войну.
What's this? There is no slavery in Ferelden. Explain yourself. There is no saving the alienage. Damage from the riots has yet to be repaired. There are bodies still rotting in their homes. It is not a place I would send my worst enemy. There is no chance of holding it if the Blight comes here. Despite what you may think, Warden, I have done my duty. Whatever my regrets may be for the elves, I have done what was needed for the good of Ferelden.
Так продал бы себя в рабство, ёп, да что такого-то? А Кейлан ты тоже бросил ради высшего блага?
Warden, Kaelin was Marik's son. Had there been any chance of reaching him at Ostagar, I would have fought to my last breath to save him. But was I to sacrifice thousands of other lives when I saw that hope was gone? You Grey Wardens with your stories of valor, stories of heroic single combat with archdemons. You made Kaelin believe war was an easy matter, of riding out in his new armor and collecting a victory that sat ripe and waiting for him. His death was only the beginning of your crimes here, Warden. What have you done with my daughter, Anora?
Ну что я с ней сделал? Я защищал ее от тебя, больной ты ублюдок.
You took my daughter, our queen, by force, killing her guards in the process. What arts have you employed to keep her? Does she even still live?
I believe I can speak for myself.
Слава богу.
Lords and ladies of Ferelden, hear me. This warden has slandered and defamed Ferelden's greatest hero in a bid to put an impostor on Merrick's throne.
Хитрая сука. Я, в принципе, я подозревала, что она была плюс-минус заодно с Логейном. Мы не дали ей то, что она хотела, не пообещали ее поддержать. Она, последний, так сказать, коронный ход, maybe, который сработает. Это, значит, как это называется? Последнее трепыхание перед смертью. Я это говорю. Вот. Авось прокатит.
My father will always do what must be done for Ferelden, and it is clear to me now that you will not.
Да, но мы не
Who here
дали
can
трон
say
сесть.
that Anora is not fit to rule this land?
And who can say that this Alistair is? We know nothing of him, save that he may have royal blood. For 5 years, Anora has been queen, and proven herself worthy of the Theron name. She can lead our people through this crisis, and I can lead her armies. My lords and ladies, our land has been threatened before. It's been invaded and lost and won times beyond counting. We Fereldens have proven that we will never truly be conquered so long as we are united. We must not let ourselves be divided now. Stand with me, and we shall defeat even the Blight itself!
Southreach stands with the Grey Wardens.
The Warden helped me personally in a family matter.
Waking Sea stands with the Grey Warden.
Dragon's Peak supports the Warden!
Western Hills is with you, Loghain. Make her help us.
I stand by Loghain. We've no hope of victory otherwise.
Он же в истерике.
Loghain. Who else could defeat the Blight? Loghain, I'm with you.
This bodes ill for us all.
Как они могут слушать этого предателя, реально?
The Landsmeet has spoken. Following these Grey Wardens has cost us our king. We must not allow it to cost us our country. I charge Eamon, Alistair, and this Warden with treason. Take these traitors outside to await execution.
To arms! We will not be taken without a fight!
Поехали. А разве силы не плюс-минус были наравне? Эмон, давай ты будешь жить, молю. Ёпта, вот это замес. Ау. Где этот? Стэн. А, вот там он. Пей. Ёпта, где логень-то? Я не могу. Вон.
Have some glory. On a bloodshed. Just die already.
Just call me the Reaper!
In the Maker's name, stop! We will have order.
Agreed. Let there be no further bloodshed in the Landsmeet.
Alistair's right to the throne is challenged. His challenger's honor is in doubt. In the past, such disputes were settled by duel. Will the Landsmeet agree?
Yes, if it will avoid further bloodshed. But it must be fought according to tradition, by strength of arms only, in single combat until one party yields. Do you accept the terms?
Так, можно выбрать, типа, вместо кого, кто, чё. Ну, Алистер потянет сам драться. Пускай дерется. Мужик или чё? Да.
You know, I could have said that.
Скажи.
Then let us test the mettle of our would-be king. Prepare yourself.
Выглядит эпично с этим лазером из глаз. Он, конечно, выглядит страшно. Ядовитая змеюка.
Very well. On it.
Well done.
Done.
Well done.
Бей, бей.
You asked for it.
Wonderful. Maker. As you wish. Not again. Wonderful. Off I go.
Face me! No, you first. This part takes forever.
Splendid!
Yes! I do not fear death and that! Well done! To victory! It's over for you!
Excellent!
For the honor of Ferelden! Yes!
Splendid!
Давай бей.
Well
Let's
done.
have at it!
Wonderful.
Excellent!
Давай, Ал, давай.
Yes! You asked for it!
Слава богу.
There is some of Marek in you after all. Good. Forget Marek. This is for Duncan.
So it is decided. Alistair will take his father's throne.
I accept this decision. I will be king, if the Landsmeet will have me.
Honora, the Landsmeet has decided against you. You must now swear fealty to our king, and relinquish all claim to the throne for yourself and your heirs.
If you think I will swear that oath, Eamon, you know nothing of me.
Анора, давай ты будешь благоразумна, пожалуйста.
Reason clearly had nothing to do with your choice, Warden.
We cannot leave Ferelden in a state of civil war. We must have unity. If she will not swear fealty to you, Alistair, and renounce her claim to the throne, she is a threat to us all.
Put her in the tower for now. If I fall against the Blight, then she can have her throne. If not, then we'll see.
You would give me a chance for the throne after all this?
I said if I fall, Honora, if I fall, the throne falls to you. I won't kill you while there's a chance that could happen. Somebody has to treat this Blight seriously.
That is uncharacteristically wise of you.
Yes, well, don't let it get around. I have a reputation.
Very well then. Guards, take her away.
Такая радостная. Ты готов мне отдать свой трон?
Your Highness, would you address the landsmeet?
Oh, that will be me, right? I never knew him, but from all I've heard of my father, what defined him was his commitment to protecting this land.
Да, переходим уже к Мору. У нас тут проблемы поважнее, как бы.
I was getting there. Anyway, the Blight, yes. I may be Merrick's son, but I am also a Grey Warden. I took an oath. I swore I would stand and fight the Darkspawn, no matter the cost to myself. I can't break that oath just to wear the crown. I have to go with my fellow Warden to face the Blight. When the Blight is over, I'll come back and take up my duties, whatever they are, as king. Until then, I think Al Eamon will have to be my regent.
Then I can do Merrick's memory no less honor than you do. I accept. And may the Maker bless your efforts against the Darkspawn.
My fellow Grey Warden will, I hope, take Loghain's place as the leader of my armies.
Ни хрена себе.
Shall we finish this thing together?
Yes. О большем я и не могла мечтать, мой король.
Everyone, get ready to march. It's going to take all of Ferelden's strength to survive this Blight. But we will face it, and we'll defeat it. We'd better get going. Ferelden is depending on us.
Да.
We need to talk. I'm not going to question why you made me king. I even think I'm starting to come around on the idea anyhow. It could be an interesting future for me. But being king, that raises some questions about us. About you and me.
Угу. Что за вопрос?
First, there's the fact that both you and I are Grey Wardens. It's not just a question of obligation, but of blood. You know that Grey Wardens don't usually live to become old, right?
Да, я в курсе.
As king, I'll be required to have a child. Even more so because my death is assured. That's assuming that someone with the taint can or even should have a child.
Угу. Ты предлагаешь мне родить себе ребенка?
No, I'm not. I mean, both of us have tainted blood. Both of us will die young. I will need to find a wife. One who can bear a child. Who will live to raise it. I don't relish it, but I will have a duty as the king. I love you. More than I ever thought possible. But I have to face what this means. I can't run away from it anymore.
Ну, вообще, я понимаю, я на это шла, осознавая это, что у него будут королевские какие-то вот долги, которые, возможно, нам не понравятся. Типа, и окей, я это принимаю. Типа, все, хорошо. Алистер, все хорошо.
I could see it becoming very hard to tear myself away from you. Impossible, even. If this is what must be, then I have to do it now. I'm sorry.
Ты будешь хорошим королем.
But I'd gladly trade all those things for what I really want. I I need to go back to the camp. Be by myself for a while. Arleman has left for Redcliffe. He says the army has gathered there and is almost ready to march. As soon as we're ready, we should head to Redcliffe ourselves. The blight awaits, right?
А зачем реально подстрекатель? Это не я, ну само. Зачем сейчас реально расставаться, я не понимаю. Будь здоров.
Aye, all right then.
Флемин, ты тут меня достают. Господи, боже мой. Помоги мне.
This is a nice estate, isn't it? What's on your mind? It is no...
Ой, боже мой. Что-нибудь вообще есть тут? Наша комната? Ладно, пойдемте туда, отсюда. Там делать нечего. Тоже в лагерь, я думаю.